Hi everybody. So today we're going to learn about eclipses. And we're going to start about basically what is an eclipse. So an eclipse is the blocking out of the sunlight or moonlight as one celestial body passes in front of another. A celestial body means a body in space like Earth, Sun, Moon, stars. These are all celestial bodies. So when light is being blocked out, either sunlight or moonlight is being blocked out, it's called an eclipse. There are two kinds of eclipses. We have solar and lunar. So solar comes from the word sol, okay, which means the sun. All right. So solar eclipse means the eclipse of the sun, and lunar eclipse comes from the word luna. Sorry. Comes from the word luna, which means moon. I'm going to write this again. So sol, sun, and luna means moon. It comes from the word luna. So lunar comes from. So solar eclipse is the blocking out of sun. Okay, and lunar eclipse is the blocking out of the moon, the moonlight. Okay, we're going to see how now in detail. So let's go to solar eclipse. Okay, so where the moon fully or partially obscures the Earth's view of the sun. Okay, let's look at this photo. Now you have the sun here. So this is the alignment of a solar eclipse where the sun is eclipsed. You have the moon here and then the Earth here. The lady in the video that explained solar and lunar eclipses, she put it this way. She said, if you want to remember it, if you want to remember the alignment, this is the alignment. It goes from here to here. Okay, they all go in one line. If you want to remember the alignment, remember it as solar eclipse as SME, S-M-E, SME. This is how it's aligned in solar eclipse. In lunar eclipse, it's aligned differently. We'll look at it later. I know that eclipses can be a little confusing, but we're gonna make them sound easy, inshallah. So, okay, let's look at this photo over here. Okay, so this is the moon, okay, and it's blocking out the rays of the sun. Now, if you notice, it's not blocking him out through the whole Earth. Okay, look, people who are here actually see nothing. They're in during the day, but they see nighttime. Why? Because the sun is completely obscured here, but it can be like a small part of the Earth. Okay, not the whole Earth, only a small part of the Earth during the day can see complete darkness because they're standing here where the sun is fully eclipsed. Those who are here, they can see partial eclipse. They can see part of the sun. Okay, but they cannot see the other parts. People who are here don't see anything. They don't even feel there's an eclipse. Okay, that's why they tell you, there's a solar eclipse, but people in Colombia can see it, or in, I don't know, West something, Africa. But people there cannot see it yet because it depends on where you are during the Earth. And it's very hard for these three celestial bodies to actually align this way. It doesn't happen every day. Okay, that's because of the tilt of the Earth, the tilt of the moon, the way the moon moves around the Earth. It doesn't move in an actual circle, it's an oval. So there's a lot of factors that make it very difficult for them to align. That's why there's not an eclipse every day. Okay, but there's partial means part and total means all. Okay, so here it's total in these areas over here. So people who live on the Earth here and here, they can see partial eclipse, not a total eclipse. Okay, so if we can look at here, there are three types of eclipses. You have partial, you have total, and you have annular. Okay, total is what I told you. It's the moon completely and totally obscures all the sun. It's complete darkness. Annular is when you can see the edges. Okay, the moon doesn't obscure it all. It comes in a place where the light comes out of the edges, but the moon, covers the middle. Okay, this is called annular. And partial is when the moon covers like part of the sun. And okay, this is what you can see sometimes during partial. Okay, so these are the three types of solar eclipses. Okay, second kind of eclipse is called lunar. And the alignment is this way. The moon is no longer here. The moon is here in solar, but in lunar, the moon is not there. Okay, during the lunar eclipse, the moon is on the other side. So we have sun, and then we have earth, and then we have moon. So SEM, so to remember it, you can remember SEM. So in solar, it's SME, and lunar, it's SEM. That's how the lady in the video put it. I hope you really watch the video because it really helps. It actually shows illustrations and movements, and it's easier to see. This is just for revision and just to kind of explain the PowerPoint, but the videos that I'm posting, the YouTube videos, are very important as well. Okay, so let's look at this. So you have the moon over here, and the earth is blocking part of the sun's rays from reaching the moon. Okay, where the earth blocks. So in solar eclipse, the moon blocks, but in lunar eclipse, the earth blocks the rays of the sun, okay, from reaching the moon. So that's a lunar eclipse. Okay, and it's also partial, which is called penumbra, or total, which is called umbra. See here, there's total eclipse, people who live here. And in these parts, you see partial, it doesn't completely block. Okay, so this is the penumbra, partial, this is the umbra, total. And this is where, it depends on where the moon is. Let's look at them. So you have penumbral lunar eclipse, you have 3 types. Just like you have 3 types of solar eclipse, you have 3 types of lunar. You have partial, you have total, and you have penumbra. Okay, so this is the total. It's when the moon is right over here, and it's completely being blocked from the sun by the earth. Okay, partial, it's when the moon is over here, and it's not completely being blocked. Like some part of the moon, okay, some part of the moon up here, okay, is not blocked from the sun. Okay, that's why it's partial. It's part of the moon phases go through this part here, and then part goes up there. Penumbral is when the moon passes through this area over here. Okay, this is called penumbra. Okay, partial is when it's part in umbra, part in penumbra. Okay, let me make this less confusing. I know it's confusing for you. All right, so this part here in the middle is called umbra. This part outside, these 2 parts outside, are called penumbra. All right, so when the moon is inside the umbra, you have total eclipse. Moon passes entirely through umbra. When the moon passes half through umbra and then half through penumbra, it's called partial. When the moon is outside over here, it's called penumbral. Okay, lunar eclipse. Now you don't need to worry. I'm not gonna ask you much about the umbra and penumbra part. It's not gonna come up in any quiz. Okay, it's just for your information. Okay, I might ask you about these, the kinds of solar eclipses. These are important. Okay, and they're not very confusing, but this, it's just, you have to know about it in general, but I'm not going to go into detail during assessments regarding to this over here. Okay, so you don't have to worry much. And that's it for the lesson. If there's a glossary of terms at the end of the PowerPoint, so if you have any questions, please don't forget to ask. Thank you.